I paid almost $1,000 for a smartphone that cannot game properly. The Google Pixel 10 is rubbish. Hi guys, welcome back to the Honest Tech Show. This is a really incredible period of the year because so many smartphones are coming out, flagship, mid-range devices, and it's all really good ones this year. And today I actually went out and got the Google Pixel 10. Now in Malaysia, I got this for 3,999 ringgit. Is that expensive for a base level smartphone from a company? Yes, that is extremely expensive. Which is why in today's video, I'm gonna check out the Google Pixel 10 and let you know if it's worth it. So over here we have the Google Pixel 10. Now there are a few colors you can get. I got the blue one, so the box is blue. And I really do love what Google did here because you're always getting really boring boxes. But with the Google Pixel 10 series, somewhat the element of fun is back. Now to open, all you gotta do is slide out the sleeve itself and you are greeted with this inner box. And if you open it, first thing you get immediately in the box is the Google Pixel 10, followed by a really nice Type-C to Type-C cable. And this would be your instruction manual and things like that. So the first thing I want to show you guys is the design of the Google Pixel 10, and this is a very similar design to the previous Google Pixel as well. I really don't think they changed anything at all. Nonetheless, it's a really nice design. The color is really beautiful. Speaking of colors, you have a few options as well. It does feel just a little bit thick for me, but I really don't think it is. It's probably the same thickness as my iPhone right here. It's just that this is a bit shorter, so it feels different on the hand. But don't worry about the comfort or anything because this is a really comfortable device to hold. They have a glass back as well as a aluminium or a metal frame going on, and this camera bump makes it feel really premium. Now for the screen, this is a 6.3-inch OLED display. Man, to think that they actually put an OLED device in here, you can just tell how beautiful the screen is. Now the beautiful screen combined with the dual stereo speaker system on this smartphone makes watching movies especially really nice. Now let me just show you a demo right here.
I've seen worse.
Sorry.
No, we could use a little worse.
Stuck. We got him.
Banner?
Just like you said.
Then tell him to suit up. I'm bringing the party to you.
I don't see how that's a party.
The screen also comes with a 120Hz refresh rate panel over here that makes scrolling around as well as playing games feel really nice and smooth. And the brightness can go up to 3000 nits, which means if you want to use this smartphone outdoors, it's not going to be a problem at all. Now there is one thing that I don't like, and that is just how thick the bezel is. I'm really used to using an iPhone over here, and even though this is a 2-year-old iPhone, I don't have a bezel that is this thick. Now I know it may not be a problem to most people, but to me it really bugs me. And I think the bezel will be a problem to those of you who have used smartphones with thinner bezels before this. If you move to this smartphone, you're definitely going to feel that this bezel is too thick. Next, let's take a look at the camera system of the Google Pixel 10. Now it's very interesting what Google did because last year we actually got a 50 megapixel back camera, but this year we're only getting 48 megapixels, so that's absolutely crazy to me. I've never seen a smartphone downgrade their camera system, but nonetheless, let's actually try out the camera and see if it's actually any good. So here are the sample photos that I've taken using the Google Pixel 10, and now I understand why Google didn't mind dropping 2 megapixels for the camera because it makes no difference. The quality of their photos remain amazing, and it's actually very comparable to my camera itself compared to other smartphones. Now even for your video, I'm quite impressed because you can actually record in 4K 60 frames per second, and this is the sample quality of video that you can get on this smartphone. You know what? I actually think this is one of the best cameras on any smartphone in the market today. This is a vlogging test using the Google Pixel 10. No filters, no microphone. This is directly what you can get from the phone itself. Now, before we end the camera comparison, let me just compare the Google Pixel image over here to what I've taken on my Samsung Galaxy S25 FE, and you can see immediately how natural the Google Pixel's image is, whereas the Samsung tends to do some AI processing to it and give us a very saturated kind of image, I would say. Anyway, which do you guys prefer? Let me know in the comments. Now let's take a look at the performance of the Google Pixel 10. This smartphone comes with 12 gigs of RAM. Storage in this model that I have here, it's only 128 gigs. I really don't understand Google for doing this because 128 gigs on a smartphone that costs 3,999 ringgit. Google, are you crazy? This is absolutely ridiculous, Google. Oh, and if you thought that was bad, let me just tell you what processor this smartphone uses, and I promise you things are only gonna get worse from here. The Google Pixel 10 is using the Tensor G5 processor. Now, of course, for all your daily task of scrolling around as well as using basic AI features, I would say is perfectly fine. But just how good is this smartphone when it comes to gaming. And that's what we want to check out right now. So over here, we're going to test out Mobile Legends. So if you take a look here, playing games, it looks fine. But the thing that you're not seeing that's actually happening is that if you take a look here, I'm only getting 60 frames per second. 60 frames per second on a smartphone that costs this much is absolutely insane. And I really can't do anything about the settings or anything like that to actually increase the frame rate. I've already set it to the maximum I can over here, and I can only push this game to give me 60 frames per second maximum. Now this actually pisses me off because I paid a lot for this smartphone, and you're telling me I can only play at 60 frames per second? Come on Google, you cannot be doing that to people who pay so much for your smartphone. Sadly, when it comes to gaming, for those of you who are buying the smartphone intending to play games on it, please save your money. Do not buy this for gaming because you will be really disappointed. 60 frames per second, Google. Have you completely lost your minds? If I was Google, I would take their stupid Tensor G5 chip, throw it down the drain, put a really old MediaTek or Snapdragon processor in here, one of those older models, and instantly you'll be able to give this smartphone a really good performance. Google needs to drop their ego and stop protecting their useless chips because people are paying a lot of money, and to get only 60 frames per second when it comes to gaming is absolutely disappointing. Before we go and check out the AI features of the smartphone, let's take a look at the battery. And inside here, you're getting a 4970 milliamps battery. From my usage of using it around, I can easily get one full day of usage. And at the end of the day, I'll be left with about 20 to 30% battery, no problem. However, if I'm here playing my games, then the battery is gonna die really quickly. For me, heavily gaming on this, I'm only able to make it last for up to 5 to 6 hours maximum. So to really understand if the battery is good enough for you, it really depends on what you're doing on your smartphone. Scrolling around, watching movies and things like that, easily a full day. But gaming, if 5 to 6 hours is good enough for you, then that should be fine. The good news, however, is if your battery does die, you can charge it with the quick 30 watts fast charging that the smartphone has, and it will get from 0 to 55% in only 30 minutes. Now finally, the most important feature, Google Gemini. Now, compared to any other smartphone that I've used, I believe Google Gemini on a Google smartphone works the best. Also, when it comes to updates and things like that, you're getting it before anyone else in the market by a few months. So if you're someone who utilizes the AI features really well, especially Google Gemini, having a Pixel device is a big win. Now, let me just demonstrate how well the Google Gemini works on this smartphone. Where can I find bubble tea near me?
I found several bubble tea places near you that are currently open.
Look at how
Here
fast
are the
that
top
is.
5 closest options. 1. Space Boba. Distance 1.5 kilometers.
Can you tell me what I'm looking
I
at?
see the Apple AirPods Pro in their charging case. Is there anything specific you'd like to know about them?
How much is it for me to buy one of these?
Okay, a new pair of AirPods Pro can be a bit pricey. They usually go for around RM 1099, but you might find some good deals online or at different stores. Would you like me to help you find some places that sell them?
Yes, please. Help me find the best deal for this.
Absolutely. You can often find deals on AirPods Pro at major online retailers like Lazada and Shopee.
So AI on this smartphone works absolutely incredibly. And I think this is one of the best smartphones you can get if you're into AI features. I'm not saying I completely love the Google Pixel 10. There are some things I love, some things I don't. But you can't deny, despite the price being a little too high, it's a really nice device. So that is the Google Pixel 10. This is just the base model. I'm sure the Pro version will have much more benefit. To be honest with you, this is all I could afford, and it's just the base level. Pretty sure if you go up higher and get the XL and Pro versions, it's definitely gonna perform better. But for a smartphone that costs 3,999 ringgit here in Malaysia, there is no excuse for the smartphone to suck this much. What I love about the smartphone is the screen is really beautiful. The camera, even though this is the base level Google Pixel 10, gives you really incredible pictures, and in terms of color and details, is the closest I can get to my camera itself. And I've only seen companies like Sony do something like this, where there's not too much AI processing going on and destroying the picture. Well, I wouldn't call it destroying, but they enhance the pictures a little bit too much. This smartphone lets me get as raw as I can, so that's one thing I really enjoyed as well. And the third thing would be Google Gemini. Now, because this is a Google Pixel device, you're getting all the latest AI features from Google before all the other smartphones in the market get it. So I was able to experience things I've not even seen on my other devices yet. And I feel like AI is one thing Google has the advantage in. Now, for little things that I didn't really like about this smartphone, the first thing is the buttons here. They don't feel or sound as nice as I would like it to. It's almost really cheap feeling. The kind of texture I get from a 200 ringgit, 300 ringgit device. Those really entry-level cheap devices. This thing is giving me the same kind of feeling, but that's only the buttons. In terms of the back and everything, it feels really premium. I just can't seem to enjoy the buttons that much. And another thing that I really absolutely want to destroy Google for is the performance of this shit. 3,999 ringgit is not a little bit of money. That is a lot of money. You're telling me I'm paying flagship level prices for a smartphone that can't game in 90 or 120 frames per second? That's rubbish. So while this smartphone does have a few things that I enjoy, if you're someone who's looking to game, the Google Pixel 10 sadly is not for you. Only a crazy person would go and buy this smartphone to play games, and I promise you, if you buy this smartphone to play games, you will be disappointed. The chipset, however, for daily performance, for AI and those stuff, works really smoothly. It just doesn't work for gaming. Make sure you know that. Anyway, that is the Google Pixel 10. If you want to get more info on this product, I'll leave a QR code here which you can scan and check out the page. Scanning this QR code will also support my channel for sure, so please do that. Also, please help me click the subscribe button down below. That will help me get my hands on much more smartphones on this channel to review. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!